The foundation of life. Plants absorb solar energy through photosynthesis. They are the only beings on Earth that can turn sunlight into physical matter. Sun evaporates the water from our rivers and sea. It rains to become clouds, and eventually it falls as rain back to the land.
Hello, I'm Joyce. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a business looking into transition to a greener model, reach out for help. Let's start today's topic. Why we should conserve the natural resources. Nature provides that everything we need for life. Think about that for a second. Every breath of oxygen, every drop of water, every morsel of food traces its lineage back to the nature. However, we are facing a crisis we can no longer ignore. The current problem is that our nature is depleting rapidly. This is not happening by accident. It is a direct consequence of our essential use of resources for economic development. We have prioritized short-term growth over long-term stability, and the Earth now is sending us the bill. Today we are going to look at why we must change course and how can we do it together. To understand what we are losing, we first need to understand how the world works. Everything in our daily life is supported by the nature. In scientific circles, we call these ecosystem service. They are the invisible engine of our survival, and they are strictly regulated by the natural circle, the universe, or the God.
The foundation of life. Plants absorb solar energy through photosynthesis. They are the only beings on Earth that can turn sunlight into physical matter. They then become the food for animals, creating a complex web that moves from the humblest plant eater to the top predator. Without plants capturing that sun, the entire theater of life goes dark. Then there is the water cycle. It is a masterpiece of engineering. The sun evaporates the water from our rivers and sea. It rains to become clouds, and eventually it falls as rain back to the land. This is not just about moving water around. It is the natural cycle to keep our environment clean. It filters pollutants and replenishes our aquifers. When we disrupt these cycles through pollution or deforestation, we are breaking the machinery that keeps us alive.
If we continue to ignore these circles, the consequences are stark. Nature resource depletion in water, land, and biodiversity is already frightening our daily life. Let us look at the data because the numbers are breathtaking.
First, let us talk about water scarcity. We often treat water as if it is infinite, but 75% of humanity currently lives in countries classified as water insecure or critically water insecure. In the UK, we are getting more rain in winter, often causing floods, but much less during the summer when we need it. Summer rainfall is projected to decrease by 15 to 22% by the 2050s. Next, we look at the earth and land pollution. We remove forests to build cities, produce manufacturing pollution, and overfarm the land. Consequently, around 40% of the global population, which equals 3.2 billion people, is now adversely affected by land degradation. Farmers found it harder to grow food, leading to higher food price and local shortage. Following the land degradation, we will have biodiversity lost and food insecurity. In fact, we are losing our biological heritage at a remarkable rate. Over 1 million species out of an estimate 8 million are currently threatened with extinction. Our global food system is the primary driver here, driven by soil erosion, overgrazing for meat, deforestation, and the use of chemicals, such as pesticides. The UK is not self-sufficient. The country imports about 46% of food, including the vast majority of fruit and vegetables. This means that geopolitical conflicts can disrupt the UK's food supply. Furthermore, the transportation involved significantly increases our carbon footprint.
This sounds overwhelming, but we should review our economic model to move toward a more sustainable way to develop our civilization. We must reduce the water and energy consumption in the ecosystem. This is not only benefit other species and the earth, but also us, and most importantly, our next generation. We are currently borrowing from our children's future to pay for our present. This can be fixed if we could build a circular economy. This means move away from the take, make, dispose model and toward a system where every waste product becomes a resource for something else. Businesses have the largest environmental footprint and thus the largest responsibility. As businesses, we should lead the change by auditing our impact, review our current business model. We must ask if our profit is tied to destruction. We need to transition to models that valued longevity. Certify your eco products. Use rigorous and independent certifications so customers know they can trust your claims. Minimize the package. We should reduce unnecessary plastic in wrapping the products and rethink logistics to eliminate waste at the source. Choose natural materials. We need to move away from synthetics that shed microplastics and return to the materials that the earth can reabsorb.
Let us look at some examples in 3 key areas. Clothing. Use natural materials like organic cotton, hemp, wool, or linen that are durable and biodegradable. Living, we should prioritize a simple life and minimalist living. This means designing homes that require less energy to heat and cool, and choosing quality over quantity in our finishings. Using bamboo and wood for furniture helps sequester carbon within the material. Food. It's organic and seasonal food. Minimalist plastic wrap in your supply chain and support regenerative farming that puts carbon back into the soil.
If you are a business looking to transition to a greener model, reach out Joyce and Sustainability for help. You can also use our self-assessment tool to check if your organization is operating sustainably. Conserving our natural resources is the great challenge of our time, but it is also the greatest opportunity to build a world that is fair, cleaner, and more resilient. Thank you for watching and caring about our shared home. Please like this video if you found it is helpful, and subscribe to join our community of changemakers. Together we can make a world a bit greener tomorrow than yesterday. I'm Joyce and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.